I want to say a few things today about our internal warning and alarm system. In other words, our intuition or our knowing. And the reason why this is very important for us to focus on is because we need to be able to trust our inner knowing if we are to take care of ourselves effectively on an ongoing basis. And the reason for this is that we then feel more confident when we practice trusting that inner knowing and that intuition, when it warns us that something in our environment or in our relationship with this person is not safe. And one of the ways that we can hone this ability to know whether another person or a situation is unsafe is through practice and through becoming consciously aware of the vibes that we're receiving from this other person. And when we practice, in other words, when we consistently listen to that internal knowing and that intuition, and importantly, we take action on it over a consistent length of time, it actually becomes strengthened within us. Partly because we are using it on a consistent basis, and also partly because we are becoming more aware of its effectiveness because we're using it more often, rather than ignoring it when it's speaking to us about a situation. And so we often can remember times when we've ignored an inner knowing and instead we've gone with our heart, or we've gone with our desires, and we've pushed that voice aside because we wanted to go in that direction with that person or in that relationship. But unfortunately, when we keep pushing our intuition aside, it tends to be used less then, and also we tend not to listen to it as much because we've become in the habit of not taking any notice of it. So we've continually pushed it aside and ignored it, and that has become habitual. Rather than tuning into our intuition over a long period of time and honing that spiritual awareness that it gives us, so that we can pick up on those messages more or less immediately when we meet someone. And it is possible to do that. And it's also very useful as part of our safe relationship toolbox. And so, honing this ability to listen to our intuition and that warning system that we've been given, and that is God-given, is important. And it's useful to consciously practice honing in on this inner awareness consistently over a very long period of time, so that it becomes strengthened and so that we become more confident in trusting what we're hearing. And I believe it's the same with any of the spiritual gifts, that when they are honed and they are practiced, they do become strengthened. And we become more equipped in being able to hear that inner voice of intuition, which is possibly warning us, and also could possibly be saying that this person is okay and is safe. So I thought I would leave that with you, because it is a very important part of our Safe Relationship Toolbox, and of course our personal development toolbox, because we can use this intuition as far as making wise choices in the future, because it has become like an inner guidance system that leads us consistently on the right path and in the right direction, because we have become used to it bringing good results into our lives. So I hope that's helpful, and as always, stay safe and happy. Bye bye.